Well, hello there, stamping friends. This is Traci Raether from Plum Crazy Stamping, and we're doing our once a month Paper Pumpkin Club. And this is a workshop where we're going to be working on the September kit, which is called Spooky Treats. It's really adorable, and I can't wait to show it to you. I'm really excited to put these together for my neighborhood kids. They're easy, they're cute, and they won't take a whole lot of time to do. So I hope that you have this kit. If you don't, you'll be able to use ideas that I show you from the kit, maybe to make your own treats. So I am going to go ahead and put the camera down here so you can see my desktop, and we can go ahead and get started. Okay. I am going to have to do it the way I've been doing it. So you're going to see this just a minute while I put the phone in the holder here. Okay, let me just get my computer caught up with us. Well, and it decided to go a different direction. Come on. So what a great night here in Wisconsin. We're probably having our last day in the 70s or almost in the 70s. So I'm hoping for the kids' sake that it doesn't get too cold for Halloween and trick-or-treating. So let's visit what is Paper Pumpkin. So if you have not been a subscriber before, this is the monthly subscription program that is through Stampin' Up, and it is $23.50 a month, or you can get it for 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months and then get a discount. And what happens is it is a project that is a surprise. They'll give you some basic information about how many projects, what's the theme, but you won't see the projects until it comes in your mailbox. This is something my husband gets me every year for Christmas, and it's a gift that gives all year long. So I'll just put that out for you as an opportunity to do for someone you love or a paper crafter you know at Christmas time this year. And I know when it's getting put in the mail, and then I watch for it in my mailbox. And then when it comes, everything inside the box is wrapped in tissue paper like a gift. And then I can look at the instructions and see what's inside. So this specific kit has 18 different treat boxes, and there is 6 of 3 different kinds. And then there is always the stamp set that you keep and can use year after year. So I'll just hold it like this so maybe you can see it a little bit better. And I have a recipe box where I keep all the stamp sets that I've gotten in Paper Pumpkin since I think 2014 or 2015. Then they also send us dimensionals, and they send you little adhesive dots in case you don't have your own adhesive. The first time that you get this kit, you actually get a acrylic block to use with your stamps, and then you will have this, when you get your next kits. You get at least 1 stamping spot. I believe it was last month we actually got 2, which is great. These are great for when I go to crops. They are so small I can easily pack them up to go. Now, when I'm doing our project tonight, I'm just going to use my regular size stamp pad because I keep these other ones for crops. This kit in particular had a special adhesive sent along, and you'll see why we're going to use what is called tear and tape tonight. And then I also got some black, kind of enamel looking stars to put on as embellishments. And Then I've also gotten, if there would be, these would be cards, I would have gotten envelopes. But since these are treat boxes, I've gotten the boxes to put together. Sometimes there will be ribbon or other special pieces of types of paper that they put in here. So with that said, after you open the box and get all the pieces out, now let me get this out of my way. Then I go to the instruction sheet, and you have a couple of choices. If you just turn this over, it will show you all the parts and pieces that are in the kit. And I always suggest that you check on those right away and make sure that you got everything that was supposed to be in the kit, because in case you haven't, Stampin' Up! Will send it out to you right away. That has not happened to me, but I know that it's happened to other people and they have gotten it right away. There is a video that you can go to that you can watch somebody put this together very quickly, so that if you like to see things and not just read directions, you have that as an option. They also put some other suggestions for how you can use these parts and pieces to make other things. And that's what I always do in my workshop, is make other things as well to give you additional ideas. And then when you first open the instructions, it tells you what pieces are going to be for project 1, what pieces you need for project 2, and then project 3 in this situation, so that you can gather them together. So when this comes right away, I punch out all the die cuts that are available and look at everything I'm doing, and I try to organize them by project, because then the instructions have the 3 projects with a detail on how you make them. So I'm going to go ahead and share this with you as we go forward to make our projects tonight. So let's look at the first one. I've got the stamp set for this is Happy Halloween. I've already put that on the acrylic block. Here's a close-up look of the project we're doing tonight. So this is, let's see if I can move it the right way so you see the whole thing. There you go. Okay. And so these are really cool little boxes. Look at the box comes out. You put your treats inside and just slide it back. So let me set that off to the side, and we'll go ahead and assemble this one. So what I do in this case, I'm going to first fold up the box, and there's all of the score lines are already on here. So I am just going to score them with my bone folder. And in this case, I did watch the video, so I knew which way to fold all of the pieces here. So once you've put it together, you'll know. But since I hadn't done it, I wasn't quite sure, so I went and looked it up. Okay. The part that was which way to flip this little flap, and you'll see once I put the box together how it holds it to make the box sturdy. These are really nice. Okay, and then this one goes up, and then it'll be folded inside, and then these flaps are what hold it together. So I'm going to do the sides first, and then fold the little tabs in. Kind of get this out of the way so you can see what's happening here. And then I'll fold this up and over, and I'm pushing all of these just straight down, and then folding in these tabs and taking the back of the box up, and then there's a little spot for the other tab to go right inside. And I'm going to make this box in different colors 3 times so that you'll kind of get the hang of what I'm doing. But anyway, that is the base of the box. And then I have some die cuts here to put together. And I'm going to do that on what is the box cover so that I can put my adhesive on. I will be folding this so that we'll be able to make the box cover. And once again, it's all scored, so that makes it very easy. Okay, so I'm going to just set this down. I'm not going to do any direct stamping on this. I'm just going to be decorating this with my die cuts. So actually, I'll set it over the box here and let me do the Happy Halloween stamping I need to do. And since this is photopolymer, I am going to use my Pearson mat. Just set that there and get my Orchid Oasis, which is one of the in color stamps and color family in the catalog this year. So just tap lightly, and then I'm going to pull it this way just a little bit so I can do it straight, right? And then just pull up, and there's our Happy Halloween. Okay, keep these off to the side here out of the way. All right. So then we're going to use the little, in the instructions, you'll see that they use either a white circle or they do black dots. The black dots indicate using the little pieces of adhesive, and then the white circles are using the dimensionals. So you kind of know what they suggest. Now, you always have the choice to do whatever it is that you want to do. But I think their, instructions are very helpful. So in this case, I'm going to need to put some adhesive dots just across to put the die cuts on. And so I'm going to kind of be looking where they're suggesting that I put these little adhesive dots and go straight across here. Okay, and I know it's very hard to see them, but they're not quite in the middle here, and I'm just going to take off their adhesive covers. Because they want me to put the just the base little die cuts. So when we have scraps of cardstock, you can use them in a similar way just to, not make something just one color. This goes a little bit beyond the frame of that. There. All right, so that's on. And then they're suggesting that you use the dimensionals. So I have mini dimensionals here to pop this up. And then also to put a dimensional behind my spider. So I'll do that as well. And then I'm going to just pop off these pieces of adhesive using my Take Your Pick tool. Now, as you're hopping on today, if you will let me know who you are and where you're visiting from, that would be wonderful. And thank you for joining me for this workshop tonight. I just think even if you're not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, this just is a bit inspiring to make our holiday or our, Halloween treats. Okay, put that along. And put our spider in here. It slides right underneath. We'll have it coming off of part of the web up there. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and use some of these stars to just add a little bit more to the design. So I'm going to use one of the big ones. So they have two different sizes on here. So I'm going to put that up towards the top. And then I'm going to use two of the smaller stars down below here. They already have their adhesive on them, which is really nice. Okay, now I'm going to use my tear and tape so that I can wrap this around the box. And what's nice about tear and tape is it's just very strong adhesive. And I'm going to put this on this little flap that's going to help me seal the back of the box. And it just tears, which is really nice. Okay, and then you kind of really press that on good. And then I use my take your pick tool to get this adhesive covering off. And then I want to actually put it around the box. And I'm going to put the flap inside. And this, doing it around the box helps me to square it up good. And then push forward while I'm holding this other part in place. And then just push it down with my finger. And we've got our box. And then you just pull it out to put the treats in. So, what do you think about the boxes? I do have it so I can see your comments here. Hi, Sue from Iowa. Let's see. Hello, Betty. Hi, Dawn. And if you are wanting to work along, please go ahead. But feel free to watch this, and you can turn it on at a later time if that helps you to make these boxes if you have the kit or to get ideas. All right, let's look at the second box. This is actually my favorite one. I love purple, and there's shades of purple on here that's so pretty. I love the wrap that they do around the box here. So let's set that one there. Let's look at our instructions we have here for this one. And I have the one stamp already on my block. We're going to go ahead and this time, I'll move this so you can see the black a little bit better. I'm going to put together a black box. Just once again, I am going to just fold this on all of the score lines and pop this one together. I have to tell you, so this is a little heavier than regular cardstock, so it's really nice. I'm not worried about, you know, having it fall apart when I put treats in it. I think it's going to be really hold things together well. I love this. The paper pumpkin every year has helped me to put together little treat things for the youngsters in my life, and it makes it easy. If I had to think this up every year, I think I'll be showing you how I make a tag or little note cards. Okay, so I could do that, but I don't know that I'd be making something like this. So if you happen to have our pizza boxes that we used to have, or the paper pumpkin boxes, you know, those can all be used to make little treat boxes like these. Okay, so once again, remember I'm putting the sides down and holding this flap on the inside, and then putting these little tabs in, and then that's what I'm putting the front and the back of the box over. I'm doing the front that is not with the whole solid bottom, but now I'm going to fold the solid bottom in and then connect it in that little tab. So literally this whole box has a double layer of cardstock on every side and on the back. So like I said, it's very sturdy. All right, so I'm going to set that aside, and now I'm going to stamp my little sentiment for this one. Enjoy the spooky treat. I've got my ink right here. Once again, the ink I'm using tonight is Orchid Oasis, which is the purple in our in colors for 2022 to 2024. and just center that. Because they gave me these little white squares of cardstock to stamp the sentiment, which is nice. They try to make it as easy for you as they can, so you can just enjoy doing the stamping. All right, and then with this one, just set that off to the side here. Oh wait, I won't even need it on here. And I have the ghost and the spider web, and then I have the scored designer series paper here, which is, once again, it's more like cardstock or than paper. This is pretty thick. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this over, and the flap part that's not quite square is where they want me to put the tear and tape. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and to help me make sure I get it on straight, I'm just going to fold this back over, and it actually goes towards the, what would be the inside of this flap, because it's going to hold the edge of the back of the cover down. But let me go ahead and attach, and I want to make sure that I'm looking at the front of this correctly. And I'm going to use just the adhesive on the spider web per their instructions here. And this adhesive is great. I take this with me too. I don't have to have a big tape runner with me when I have these. And also, if I'm using vellum, these little adhesive dots work perfectly. You can't see them through the vellum on a card, which is really nice. Just kind of pop these off here. Okay. And then I'm just going to put this on the front. Then I'm going to put some mini dimensionals on the ghost. 3 to be exact. And then I'm only, because this little sentiment does go across on top of the ghost, I'm just going to put my dimensionals on one side of this. Okay, and I am going to put just one of these little adhesive dots on the other side to hold this down on top of the ghost. So let me take those off, and the dimensional covers here. Now, after I make the third box, which is a part of this project, I'm going to show you 3 different things that I'm going to make using the stamp set that they've provided, kind of the colors they've been using, but I'm also going to use some designer series paper from the Rustic Harvest, which is another very popular suite that we have right now in the mini catalog. So there's my ghost. And then let's do our enjoying the spooky treats. And once again, I'm going to put some stars on here just to add a little something something. Let's see, we'll go right up here and take these 2. So I'm interested, do you like this project? What are your thoughts? There we go. Okay, so then I'll set these aside again. And now I'm going to wrap the box up. So I'm going to take the adhesive off my tear and tape and put this around the box. And remember, I put the flap in here, and they have it mitered just a little bit so you won't see it. And then I try to hold that as firmly as I can forward, and then put that back on, and you can't even see the seam. And there's our second little box for some treats. So let me see if there are comments. Yes, Dawn, they would hold treats for your team. Oh, wow. Sue, you won this. That's great. Give them to your coworkers. It's perfect for coworker treats. Just a little something. Yeah. All right, let's look at the third one here. So we have 2 things to stamp this time. And with the third instructions, all right, we'll go ahead and let's make our white box now. So once again, I'm just going to do the same thing and create a crease on all my score lines. You're kind of getting how these boxes are coming together. After I've done them now, I really like how they're constructed. Pretty easy to put together. All right. And like I said, there's 18 in here, which I think is really nice. Oh, this way. So that's quite a few. Good number. Okay, then I'm going to put the sides up first. Start on this, what would be the front of the box. The tabs in there. Okay, then I'll take the back of the box and make sure those tabs are in there. And then the bottom has the little area to snap that final thing in, and there we go. We've got our white box. And you know what I'm going to do, and you could do this too if you have this kit, is copy this and actually try to cut them out myself. I don't know if they'd look as good, but I could always try. And then let's get our pierce mat for a little stamping. So we're going to do a little bit of some bats on our purple right here on the front. So let me get the ink back here. And they just are suggesting that we just put them in the corners. Little decoration. Okay. Have that one. And then we're going to do trick or treat. Okay. And I'm just going to center that in the middle of the die cut that was in the kit. Okay. Wash that off. And then there's this little orange piece of paper that has bats on it. So I'm going to go ahead and layer that, and they want the little adhesive dots. Now, if you have a tape runner and you want to use it when you're doing this, you sure can. I'm just using, you know, what they provided in the kit right now. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and take the mini glue dots for behind the trick or treat. I'm sorry, dimensionals, not glue dots. And let's get our Terran tape on the flap here. And they have it very clear on the instructions exactly where you should place that. All right, so we'll push that down. Let's go ahead and put this together, and then we'll fold that one up around as well. And then we're going to move on to the alternative projects. So I don't know if anybody has any questions. Hi, Shar. Hi, Carol. All right, come on. It's being stubborn. So, oh my. It gets stuck upside down. It's like, really? Okay, so I'm going to just put this in the middle. Little accent paper here. And then we'll take these parts off. And I'll just ask you if you like what you're seeing, if you hit the thumbs up. And if you would share this video with your friends, that would be great. More people that could get some ideas for their Halloween treats. I got my candy at Aldi already, and I saw that at Costco today. They also had it for a pretty good price. So last year I had a hard time getting candy. I'm not kidding you. 2 bags of candy left at Target on the shelves when I went. Obviously I was a little late, but I was a little panicked. So I decided to take care of that early. And I hid it in my closet because otherwise it becomes the family treats before Halloween, and Halloween comes and then I don't have the candy. So I've got it all hidden away and ready to go. So anyway, like I said, sharing and letting me know what you're thinking of the video is very helpful. I appreciate that. So let's go ahead and wrap this around. And once again, I'm going to put the flap underneath and make sure I'm just holding it straight, and then put down the back. And there we go. There's the third one. So now I did decide, sometimes I know that if you have been to other workshops that I've done with the paper pumpkin, sometimes I will, oh my, how did I hit the Weather Channel? There, we're back. I have, cut up the cardstock and all that is provided as like the back of a card or the envelope. I like these little boxes so much that I'm not going to cut up the boxes. Oh, I forgot to put the stars on here. What I'm going to do is use the stamp set in 3 different ways to show you 3 alternatives. So let's go ahead and put one there. So, because in this situation, I want to keep all the boxes so that I can make as many treat boxes as I can. So, all right, there we go. We've got the other card. So let's go ahead and make some alternative ideas. And if you have any questions about paper pumpkin or what I've been doing, please don't hesitate to let me know. Hi, Jean. Hi, Betty. Okay, so let's just set that off to the side. And I've got a couple other stamps on my blocks here for us to use. So first I'm going to make 2 tags. So you can throw some treats in a cellophane bag, in a baggie, whatever, and you can add a little tag. So I've done kind of 2 different size tags. So depending upon how big your cellophane bag is, you'll have some choices here what to do. So this first little black piece of paper, I want to show you how I would use this in a tag topper. So I'm going to need to cut this down a little bit. One thing I did not do is double check this. So let me get my ruler and this tag topper, and let's see how thick this should be. Okay, so this is 2 inches. So let me get my paper trimmer here and we'll trim this down to 2 inches. Two inches. There we go. I'm probably going to have to cut the other one too. All right, and then I just got a little scrap piece of paper and I really liked this on here. Now actually it's 2 inches, so I can. Maybe I'll put it actually that way. And then I have just the little white piece of paper. So I am going to do the same stamping that was on this originally. Enjoy this spooky treat. And we'll just use the ink I've been using. So this was an extra die cut. So a lot of times the paper pumpkin kits will have, you know, it depends. Sometimes one extra thing, sometimes a number of extra things. So I, you know, use it. I have a little box of things if I don't get at using it right away that I keep those little pieces in. And then when I'm making other things, I'll use them on other cards or in scrapbooks or on gift tags. So let's just put this right on the edge here. Okay, before I mount this one, let's go ahead and just put this in the tag topper. And then I always, oops, it helps when I open it up. Let's open it first. Okay, and then as I push that in, I look on the bottom to make sure that it's centered the way that I want it. And then I'll punch it out. And I'm just going to pop this up with some dimensionals. Now, if you have other stamp sets from other years, I did not go and, you know, get those all out. You can use, so I have Halloween stamps from other paper pumpkin years. I have stamp sets from other years, and you could just sit and make all kinds of, you know, different tags using all those different supplies. But I'm just using exactly what I had in front of me here. Okay, so we have that. And then I'm going to use a couple of these stars that they had supplied for us. All right. And then you could use any, I just picked some skinny black. Let's do this one first. I went to my ribbon and some of it is Stampin' Up! And some of it is just stuff that I've gotten over the years. But I would just put this through the tag, tie it around the bag, and then make a bow. And what a nice little tag that makes. Very simple, right? Quick. Let's see if there's any other questions. So, all right, we've got that one. Let's make a little bit thicker one, but like I said, this one I'm going to have to cut to 2 inches. So, you know, you want to know, I'm just using scraps of paper too. So this is one way you can use a lot of your scraps is to make gift tags. And I'll tell you, instead of just handing somebody something in a baggie or whatever, you're able to give them something a little bit fancier. And it doesn't take long. Now this one, I'm going to actually, let's go ahead and I would like a ghost on here, so I'm going to make the ghost out of our Orchid Oasis here. So let's do right in the middle. And, oh, you know, when I do my tag, I'm going to have to push this all the way down so I don't cut the head of the ghost off. Let's, let's see. I also want to put, let's put on the bottom of this, is the trick or treat going to fit? Sure enough. I'm going to do that in fresh freesia. So just to get a little bit different color here. Okay. And let's go ahead and put this together, and then I'm going to do the tag topper. Oh, you know what? I probably want to do the other special thing I have. I'm going to put this off to the side, and you'll see why in a minute. Let me just glue this down. One of the really cool things that we had this time around in the catalog was some glitter washi tape. And so that is something that I want to use on here. And I've kind of got the different colors. Those don't match. I'm going to use the black that matches what I'm doing here. Now I just got to find the end of it. But aren't these pretty? You know, with the granny apple green and I think the pumpkin and then Highland Heather. They're pretty gorgeous. Trying to find the end of the washi tape though is the test. I should have found this before, you guys. Sorry. That is crazy. I think I have found it, but it doesn't want to come apart. There we go. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just add this kind of center it in the black space. All right, let's just trim it off here. Okay. This is my ribbon scissors. I probably shouldn't be doing this with that. Okay. That's kind of boring with just one color though, isn't it? Let's see if I can find the edge for the green. Well, you know, once you find the edge, not to lose it again. Well, we're going to go with this, you guys. I don't want to waste your time. But anyway, let's go ahead and use the tag punch again on this one. And we'll go ahead and slide that in. Look at it on the back side. Punch. That looks a little weird with the way the punch happened with the white. Yeah, that's kind of odd. Well, we'll put a bigger bow on this one. I'll add some color with by having orange. I would tell you guys I probably should have made this in advance so I could see what it looked like. But just going with an idea. So we'll go ahead and cut this at an angle. And then we'll cut this at another angle. We'll go ahead and I would measure what the top of this looks like, and I would have kept the black tag and then centered the white, knowing what it looks like now. So, but you know what, if we put the bow on here, it probably won't be as noticeable. So this would be for obviously a bigger bag of candy. So there we go. We've got this one, we've got this one. All right. Now let's go ahead and, so another thing that we have that's really nice to use in the catalog, for $7 you can get 20 note cards and 20 envelopes. These are already scored. So I'm going to score that. Oh, a little crooked on there. So then I'm going to hold it together with the edges. Use my bone folder. Oops. And have that help straighten out the fold on this note card. All right. So this is if you wanted to make a little card to somebody. So the first thing I'm going to do is take, let's see here. So this one, we've got our ghost. And let's see, what color? I think I'm going to do something in just black and white here with our ghost. Now where'd I put my ghost? Here it is. Okay, so I'm going to just stamp the ghost. Going to have a couple ghosts here, maybe a trio of them. Okay. Let's see. Now I probably should have got my other Halloween stamps out. I have a really big boo that I would like to use here, but I don't have that with me. Well, we'll go with Happy Halloween. But let me see, I'm going to put a little bit of purple behind this. I'm going to do in black. Okay, so this was actually from another paper pumpkin, this other label that I'm deciding to use. So we have our Happy Halloween. So you could very plainly make this and this, put stars behind it, but I tell you what I want to do here. I am going to take one of my blending brushes and I just want to add a little color to this card. I think it's kind of plain. So around my ghosts, around the card, I'm just going to get a little ink on here. I'm going to open this up all the way. And then I'm going to just brush from the sides. Put a little bit of this color in here. I'm going to close this side so I can get a little closer. See, I would not want to start on the card with that dark. So that's why I do it off the card first. Okay. Well, let's see what the color I have here. I think that helped. Okay, so I'm just kind of rub this off. Now, I wash mine. I do have a set of 3 of these. Some people have a set of, you know, blending brushes for all their colors or color families. I have at this point just been using the same one, and it's been working great for me, but I wash them right away. Okay, let me just set that off to the side. And let's just, you know, with this color on here, I'm going to do my other brush, and I am going to do some of the fresh freesia on here too. I like that there's the blue, but I want this to match a little bit. So let's open this up and just keep going a little bit. This will help connect the fact that I have that little piece of purple I want to do behind her, the fresh freesia. And a little purple always adds something good. All right, there. Okay. Oh, I like that better. So, I'm going to set that off to the side. All right, now I like this better down here. So let's go ahead, and that I'm going to attach with just a little glue here. And then I'm going to put my Happy Halloween on here with the dimensionals. Well, where'd the one go that I was using? Let me just use this. Okay, I'm going to put 3 on here. Okay, and use my Take Your Pick tool to get the tops off of these. Okay, and put my Happy Halloween here. Okay, and then I'm going to use stars on here too. Just a little something. Rhinestones would be pretty on here too. Oops, upside down. All right. And so then I had stars that are one of the stamps. And I'm going to do the envelope. So let's just put this on here. And I think I am going to do them in the Fresh Freesia, just to make it something that as someone is opening this. Now, when you're doing this, you'd want to, let me get another, just an extra piece of paper. I want to cover the bottom of this because I just want to do the flap. So I'm just going to hold that in place. I have my stars, and I'm just going to do them randomly on here. But this will really step up this card, you know, with a little bit of something on the flap. So this is easy enough to do. A lot of times the stamp set will have, you know, some little flower or something that you can use, you know, to just decorate it a little bit. All right. So we've got that. And then this says Happy Halloween on the outside, and on the inside we can put Enjoy this spooky treat. And I'm going to do that in black so it matches the ink on the front. So, you know, maybe in this case you're giving somebody a card because you're going to give them, you know, McDonald's gift certificate or something like that. Okay, so we have our Enjoy your spooky treat. All right, so one more idea, and this is actually a pretty quick one. So I happen to have some pumpkin paper that was from Rustic Harvest. And I thought, gosh, this is like perfect. I'm going to take there was some gray granite that I was working with on another project, and I had a card base already. So I'm like, I'm just going to use it. And then I'm going to take this Designer Series paper, and I'm going to just center it on the top of this. This is how just looking at the scraps you have can help you to make something very quick, especially when you have something left from another project that goes with it. So, all right, I'm going to put this, center it up here towards the top. There we go. Then I had an extra die cut from the pumpkin set, and I'm going to do Trick or Treat on there. And I want to keep this all black, so let me grab the black ink here. There's the Trick or Treat. Okay, I'm going to pop that up with dimensionals. Oops, it takes the whole dimensional off. Oh my goodness, come on, stay on there. And I'm actually going to center this right in the middle of the pumpkins. And then I happen to have a heat embossed friend, and I'm just going to attach this on the bottom here. Let's see, do I want it popped up? I think I'm going to use the dimensionals on that. I like it popped up. So let me just try to figure out where the center is here. Right there. Once I get it attached, I'll go ahead and trim off the edges. I'll just kind of have an idea of where that is. But do you see I had this, and sometimes when I'm making one of these, I just make an extra and I keep that all in this little dish-like thing I have to keep track of extra sentiment labels, extra sentiments, because I never know when I have to do something quickly, and it helps. And once I have the powder out and I'm doing things, I might as well make more than one. So I do that. Then let's do friend right here. Okay, and then I'm just going to trim this. And trim it on this side. Okay. Now I could have made that a banner too if you wanted to. But I just like that it's on there. And then I have a couple of these. Well, let's do the inside of the card here first. So I decided to just put white in here to kind of help tie it in. And before I do it, let's go ahead and stamp it. And trick or treat. Let's have them enjoy their treat too. And we'll do this in black. And I just want to do that. There we have, enjoy this spooky treat. Now, I don't like spiders, so I'm not going to put a spider web on here. If I had a little pumpkin, I would put it in here. I think that would match this one really well. I think I'll just leave this with the sentiment. Okay. That. And then I'm going to use a couple of these stars again, just for a little accent. All right. So there are 4 alternatives that you can do with this kit, just using basically the stamp set and a couple of stamp pads and, you know, the washi tape, if you can find how to get them opened right. Oh my goodness. All right, so let me see if there's any questions, you guys. Hi, Mary Ellen. Hi, Donna. All right, well, there we go. The different options of how to use the stamp sets, and then just multiple treat boxes. So let me go ahead and move the camera. And I'm going to flip this and flip the camera. And you get to see a little bit of my stuff on my shelf. Anyway, thanks a lot for coming and joining me tonight. And if you have any questions about Paper Pumpkin, let me know. It's really nice to get a gift in a box with directions. I don't have to think of a design, and I can just sit down and start stamping. And I absolutely love it. And you might love that too. So thanks for joining me. I will see you on Wednesday night for my regular Facebook Live. And I'm going to be doing an easy way to make a shaker card. And it's really, it's fun, it's easy, and people love to get shaker cards. So I hope to see you then. Have a great evening and happy stamping, folks. Take care. Bye-bye now.